Before we start, can we get this video to 1,000 likes? Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. What parents Lori and Chris Coble went through is beyond comprehension for most people. In May 2007, the family was hit with an unimaginable tragedy. As Lori sat in the car with her children Kyle, Emma, and Katie, tragedy struck. A large, fully loaded lorry smashed into the back of the family minivan. Lori has no memory of the incident. The way events unfolded was explained to her later. She and her children were taken to separate hospitals, and husband Chris could not do anything but wait for the doctor's verdict. Doctors eventually gave the parents the tragic news. All three of their children were dead. Against all odds, the couple together found strength in each other. At first, they wanted to bring the driver who took the lives of their children to justice, but 6 months later, a miracle struck that gave the couple back their lust for life. In May 2007, Lori and her children's grandmother spent the day at the Irvine Spectrum, where the family was celebrating Kyle's birthday with a ride on the Ferris wheel. As mother Lori Coble drove home with their three children, 5-year-old Kyle, 4-year-old Emma, and 2-year-old Katie, she was struck by a large lorry loaded with 20 tons of goods. The driver was driving at 110 kilometers/a. Lori has no memory of the event. It was her husband Chris who had to tell her that their beloved children were gone. The truck driver had previously been fined several times for speeding. This time, he was convicted of 3 counts of manslaughter. He was sentenced to 364 days in jail and 5 years of probation, according to the OCR. Following the tragedy, the couple began to get involved with traffic issues, especially to highlight problems in the trucking industry. In this industry, you're paid per kilometer you drive, explains Chris Coble. Many drivers do not get paid unless they complete large distances, creating hazardous and potentially serious security problems. They drive very fast and are also tired. We would like to bring about change there. Then, just 6 months after their family tragedy, Chris and Lori were stunned by their reason to hope again. Lori was pregnant with triplets, 2 girls and a boy. For Lori and Chris, it was clear that their children played a special role in this miracle from heaven. When you feel that they are somewhere and watch over you, protect you, and something like this happens, then it's hard to believe that they were not involved in any way, says Chris. In May 2015, triplets Ashley, Ellie, and Jake celebrated their 7th birthday. I see it as a miracle. I think Kyle, Emma, and Katie had something to do with this. I think they helped us. I think they made this possible, says Lori. Although nothing can replace the loss of their 3 previous children, new siblings Kyle, Emma, and Katie certainly helped give the family back some much-needed joy. The twins know they have had 3 siblings before. Lori and Chris ensure that photographs of Kyle, Emma, and Jake remain in the house. They often all visit the cemetery together. For in this house, there are not only 3 children, they are 6. Kyle, Emma, and Katie will never be forgotten. Let's move on to the next story. Sophie was a normal, healthy 2-year-old until May 18, 2017. When she got sick, parents Shelby and Jonathan thought their 2-year-old daughter, Sophie, was suffering from allergies. She was struggling to breathe, and her doctor suspected asthma. But it would soon be clear that the situation was much worse. Sophie was scheduled to have an allergy test a few days later, but she never got to take the test. She stopped breathing one night. It's every parent's nightmare. Shelby and Jonathan ran to call an ambulance. Minutes later, they were on their way to the hospital. It was only then that the doctors could confirm that Sophie was suffering from something much worse than asthma and allergies. Doctors discovered a softball-sized mass in little Sophie's chest. She had developed T-cell lymphoma, cancer. The young girl was suddenly in the fight of her life. Sadly, aggressive chemotherapy failed to stop her cancer from spreading. The treatments impacted Sophie's ability to walk, talk, use her hands, and eat. As little Sophie fought for her life, her parents spent countless hours by her daughter's side in the hospital. Sophie's mom, Shelby, keeps constant watch by her daughter's side. Shelby's only concern was Sophie and how she was being treated. Her weakened body needed a stem cell transplant. In this chaotic and difficult situation, the mother noticed a special nurse try so hard to go unnoticed, but Shelby was watching. After snapping a photo while the nurse's back was turned, Shelby posted the picture on Facebook page that the parents had created to document Sophie's fight against the disease. "I see you," Shelby wrote as she revealed everything she witnessed during her daughter's care. Mom Shelby writes, "I see you. I sit on this couch all day long, and I see you. You try so hard to be unnoticed by me and my child. I see your face drop a little when she sees you and cries. You try so many ways to ease her fears and win her over. I see you hesitate to stick her or pull band-aids off. You say no always, and I'm sorry more times in one day than most people say thank you. I see all of those rubber bracelets on your arms and wrapped around your stethoscope, each one for a child that you've cared for and loved. I see you stroke her little bald head and tuck her covers around her tightly. I see you holding the crying mom that got bad news. I see you trying to chart on the computer while holding the baby whose mom can't or won't be at the hospital with her. You put aside what's happening in your life for 12 hours straight to care for very sick and something's dying children. You go into each room with a smile no matter what's happening in there. You see Sophie's name on the schedule and come to check on us even when she isn't your patient. You call the doctor, blood bank, and pharmacy as many times as necessary to get my child what she needs in a timely manner. You check on me as often as you check on her. You sit and listen to me ramble for 10 minutes, even though your phone is buzzing and your to-do list is a mile long. I see you. We all see you. No amount of snack baskets or cards can fully express how appreciated you are. You are Jesus to us every single day. Our children wouldn't get what they need without you. Moms like me wouldn't feel sane or heard without you. You save our babies, and we couldn't do this without you." Shelby's heartfelt message touched not only the nurses she wrote the post for, but also other parents who had similar experiences and also saw that the nurses are the backbone of the pediatric unit. These nurses' jobs are unimaginably difficult, as they live through the worst times of any parent's life, over and over again, every day. Sadly, Sophie never got the chance to grow old and say thank you to all the nurses who fought to keep her alive. Her tiny body just couldn't handle all the treatments and the aggressive cancer. She again relapsed on December 22, 2017, and the family decided to withdraw treatment. Sophie was done. Parents Shelby and Jonathan got 13 days of cuddling, reading, singing, watching movies, and loving until Sophie passed away in their arms on January 4, 2018. My goal through this entire process has been to be transparent and honest and shine light on what really goes on during a battle against cancer. I haven't sugarcoated the bad days, but I've also been able to show the great work the Lord has done throughout this. I hope to continue to do that as we continue on without her, says Shelby. Cancer is really the worst thing I can think of, especially when it targets children. Sophie's story is such a reminder to use all your days as if they were the last, to love like there is no tomorrow. Her story also shows that the amazing nurses and other hospital staff deserves to be recognized.